What's up?
You got a problem, punk?
You wanna die?
This isn't the way I planned your species. You two are worthless.
That's trash.
Hello, and welcome to That's Cool, That's Trash, the podcast where we watch a psychotronic movie online, then get together on Skype to break down the crazy. I'm your host, Matt Howell, and I'm joined today by Sarah, hello.
Hello.
And Adam.
Hello, and you are authorized to use my likeness in this podcast.
Nice. So you folks, these two were on the last episode that we did about a Neil Breen movie, which was Fateful Findings, a few episodes ago, or a while back. And I was kind of dismayed that Adam wasn't a true believer in the Neil Breen, the power of the Breen, at the end of the episode.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, we came back, and we're doing I Am Here, ... now, from 2009, the film he did previous to Fateful Findings. And Adam said that he would only do it if we all watched it together, which was kind of an odd condition.
It was a good way to make an unpleasant experience very fun.
Yeah, I don't usually give in to terrorist demands, but I like you, so
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we just went over to Adam's house and we watched it over there. And Adam was a great host. He made a nice multi-course meal, made drinks for everybody. Got to watch it with a nice surround sound and everything. And now we're here recording.
Definitely deserves surround sound.
It does. It does. Okay, so first of all, first impressions. Adam.
I think it is a lot less terrible than Fateful Findings because I found it more coherent. That's not the same as coherent, but I thought it was. I think with Fateful Findings he dove a little too deep in, and this one was a much shallower and therefore much easier to understand.
Operationally define deep.
So I think for Neil Breen, Fateful Findings was his like magnum opus. Like I think that was everything he wanted to say about the human condition and how people interact and where people belong in the world. And it was incomprehensible because, I don't mean to go back into that one. This movie was much shorter. It was much more linear. I mean, there were still issues, and it wasn't linear, but it was way more coherent. There weren't huge scenes of him standing in front of a mirror for no reason, or like some guy in dress shoes walking through a room that you never found out why. Like, it was just a simpler movie.
Okay, so when you said shorter, or whatever you said, you didn't mean like literally like in the fourth dimension as time.
No, I think I think linear is the right word.
Okay.
I retract shorter because the opening sequence alone, we were watching it. I think we were commenting on it that it was like 7 minutes in, and finally something happened where he reached down and picked up a glass orb out of the ground. Right. And that was it took that long for the first single event to happen. So no, it's a long movie.
So just in case you folks aren't aware, this is an hour and 29 minutes. So whatever. But you can see this online at movietorture.com. They have actually all four of Neil Breen's films illegally hosted there. And Neil has, between the episode that you guys were on last and this one, Neil has finished his fifth feature and is starting to promote it. And it's called Twisted Pair. And have you got a chance to look at the trailer for that yet?
Somehow I have not.
I sent
time
it
to
to
see
you,
that.
so that's not cool.
Oh.
Yeah, so in this one, so I think you guys are probably picking up that Neil has some themes that he's interested in.
Yes.
So Sarah, did you see the Twisted Pair trailer?
Unfortunately,
What
no,
the fuck do I email you guys?
because I thought that we were going to watch it. I got very confused. My apologies.
Yeah, was this the email that also had the links that broke down the Room versus
Yes.
the Neil? Yeah. Okay. So I opened 2 out of 3 links. I swear.
Okay. Well, anyway, go to Movie Torture and watch I Am Here Now. But
Yes.
Twisted Pair is, so far as we can see from a 2-minute trailer, is about a pair of twins that are artificial intelligence that take human form and come to Earth. Is this sounding familiar at all? And one has a evil Spock beard, and one doesn't. And I'm really excited because it looks like he's finally breaking down and doing some superhero type of stuff. So there's
cool.
a lot of green screen, like leaping like Spider-Man over like stock photos of like buildings, and it looks amazing. I'm so excited. But that's Twisted Pair, and that's coming out soon. And I really, really hope that a Portland theater shows it, because I would love to see a Neil Breen movie.
Is he aware of the title?
You mean like Twisted Pair of Nuts?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's so
like-
obvious.
You thought an undescended testicle was bad. Wait until you get a hold of a twisted pair.
So I think when he was doing like GoFundMe stuff, he was just saying twisted, and he was saying it's like a taut psychological thriller. So he made it sound like it was like a really close, like interpersonal, like like a drama with psychological thriller aspects. But this looks like it looks like, despite his best efforts, he went to Neil Breen Town and did his thing he does. Well, Sarah, give me your impressions of I'm Here Now.
Well, in the moment watching it, I disagreed with Adam, saying this is more nonsensical. This makes less sense than Fateful Findings, which I misspoke as Faithful Findings. That's going to probably stick with me for the rest of my life. But I'm looking over my notes, and I have to agree with Adam. This is a more straightforward story. It does not have the upside down. It does not have a black cube. It does not have a magical day. It is pretty much a straightforward story of a guy. I don't want to give too much away at this point, but, comes to Earth, looks around, sees some stuff, makes a pronouncement, the end.
Yes, exactly.
It was a lot easier to understand and digest. Though the typical Neil Breen themes were still there, as strong as I would have expected them to be.
Good.
Earlier,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I remember, Matt, you asked us to summarize what we thought of Fateful, or what the plot of Fateful Findings, and I looked it up on IMDb, and I was like, I read the description, and I was like, I don't recognize this summary. This is not the movie I saw.
Okay.
And in this case, the summary matched exactly the movie that I saw.
So that's the next thing we do here after first impressions. Usually, is kind of talk about, like, I pick somebody to give me a Wikipedia-sized synopsis, just to if the listener hasn't seen it yet, they could follow along. So who wants to do that?
I'll go.
Okay.
The creator returns to Earth, unhappy with the results. He rights a few wrongs. He kills some people, and he gives humans another chance. The end. Ha!
Wow, that was really direct and concise.
That was beautiful. Now, if you'll replace the creator with Robo Zombie Jesus, it'll be perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So interesting, Adam. So that is what the plot is, but this is not about plot necessarily, right? This is this is like a concept album. Like, this is like him riffing on some themes, and that is like the setting, right?
Right.
So so superficially it's Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto, but the whole album has dystopian, you know what I mean? Like the same thing. It's like a concept album where he's riffing on this stuff. So I'm going to play a little word association here. Sarah, give me one
Yes?
word that Neil Breen's character is concerned about.
The environment.
Adam?
Or environment.
Okay. Adam?
Yeah, I'd say solar power, but that also means wind power because he kept using wind farms as an example of solar power.
Sustainability.
There you go.
Good. These are all correct answers. There's no wrong answers, but these can also be things concerned about that can be negatives as well. Adam?
He's concerned with people in charge and selfishness.
And Sarah?
Greed.
That's the word.
So, that's the theme, right? I mean,
Greed.
he created the human species, and he is very disappointed in us. All of his other planets in this solar system that he put life on are all thriving and being altruistic, and we have blown it.
Would you mind, Matt, dwelling on the species thing and that solar system comment? I think the viewing audience should know about both those.
So, one of the characteristics of Neil Breen films is that he's very frugal. So he will use material a lot. So when we first see a close up of Neil Breen, he's looking left and looking right and kind of looking pompous and whatever that Breen expression is. And the first words he says are essentially, I've come back to this planet that I created, and you, the human species, have failed me. And so he really, he says species probably, 20 times in the movie. And
Yeah.
And I think even that opening line is, I'm disappointed in your species, the human species.
Species.
Yes.
Species.
Species. And I actually did not make a clip of that somehow. That can't be right. I did not make a clip of that. Terrible. But yes, so he comes back and he is kind of looking over. Oh, man. So like Adam, like you said, the first action that happens is 7 minutes into this movie. So for 7 minutes, we're looking at the deserts outside of Las Vegas, and then his conveyance. Right, we see him arrive.
Yes.
And he looks like a digital football, like flying through the sky. And then, how would you describe his? Is that? I still don't understand. I've seen this like 4 times. Is that his ship?
It seems to be his mechanism for arrival.
Ooh, see, I'm all bogged down in this 3D human meat sack robot thing. I got to get out of that, man.
Yeah, I'm sure it's much more profound than that.
But why does it crash in the desert and leave like a wake of dirt?
Oh, I guess
Yeah,
that's
see.
a good point.
The method of like arriving on the planet Earth seems like it was some kind of vessel that definitely hit hard, left some
Yes.
wake.
And some glitter,
Yes.
which is clearly shown in the film for those who haven't seen
Yes.
it yet.
Yeah, I think
Sparkles.
I love Fateful Findings. So I think I saw his first film first, which is Double Down. And then I saw Fateful Findings because there were some clips on YouTube. And then I came to this one. And I think that part of me loves this one the most.
Ooh.
Just because I think that the vagaries of magic realism in Fateful Findings allowed him to kind of do stuff and be like, no, that's just artsy. Whereas in this one, he kind of had to commit to like, I'm telling a linear story here that's direct, so I need to just put my cards on the table in Vegas. And So he really had to just kind of say what he thinks, and I love some of the screenwriting because there is no subtlety, no ambiguity. I think I mentioned that it felt to me like a high school like Christian say no to drugs like play, like the one drug scene, and everything seems to me like that. It seems to me almost like it's like insane, like ancient Roman theater or something like that. But even that's more sophisticated. Where like a character like literally will stand up and say, "I am this, and this is what I do because of this," like in this completely alien, bizarre way.
Incidentally, I was in one of those plays once, so maybe I need to do a study on the difference between one of those plays and this particular film.
I would love to hear it.
It's a good project for later. I'm going to make note of that.
And because it's Neil Breen, his character is attached to a lady half his age.
Attached?
Yeah,
Question mark?
And half his age would be an improvement.
Yeah. Right.
And with is questionable.
Right.
Yeah, they spend hours looking into each other's eyes and nodding at one another.
Yeah. How about we play a clip and then we just kind of go from there because
Beautiful.
I think clip's going to drive a lot of this.
Yeah.
The country is finally seriously addressing sustainability and respecting the planet's natural resources.
I'm so excited to be working here. Yeah, we're finally producing results generating solar power, as well as wind turbine power generation.
The engineering research on thermal power is doing the same. The younger generation will have a sustainable energy system to look forward to.
Uh-oh.
Cut.
Yeah, so there's going to be some tough irony following this scene. Tough indeed. This scene serves a lot of purposes to set up kind of a moral ground for some of the characters, and as a reminder to ladies to check your chin hair every once in a while, just in case.
And maybe button up the next 2 buttons on your blouse.
So I have a question. Was our main character, who is a blonde gal, who is like the second character speaking, was her shirt half unbuttoned while she had a job, or was that Neil's clever way of showing us that she was desperate or something once she
disheveled or something?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Man. She may have been shot from kind of the like clavicles up, which definitely confuses things. But one could argue that later, when she is posed with the possibility of a life as a lady of the night, she already has her buttons unbuttoned.
Good point.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that whole scene, too, the natural dialogue, the only natural dialogue in the entire movie was about the other woman's blouse.
Right. So immediately following this, I think, or almost right after this, is when that gal, the first person that spoke, comes back out and says, "I'm so sorry. Due to the poor economy, we're going to have to lay you all off." Right. And then so...
lay you out. We're going to have to lay you out, right?
Let
no, what
you
was
out?
it? Let you off. Let you off.
Let you off.
Okay.
We're going to have to let you off.
But it's not just the economy that's behind this. It's also about an upper echelon of society and our elected officials, corporate leaders, magnates, everyone else.
Lawyers.
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 Yeah, let's listen to a little bit of that stuff.
Corrupt corporations. Criminals on Wall Street. Greedy politicians, lying lawyers and insurance companies are destroying what I had planned for this planet. I will eliminate them all if the humans cannot or will not on their own.
So we have a chance to really save ourselves, and I think that's what the being wants from us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
it strikes me that the being, as he is credited, is not entirely unlike Al Gore. I really feel like this is in complete parallel with the Al Gore speech that I heard in about 2010. But go on, Matt. I'm sorry.
No, I was just waiting for somebody to start speaking. Relieve me.
Well, I think even from the creator standpoint, what he's mad at humans for is that he has this grand plan and they're ruining his plan.
Yes.
Even in that, it's still all about him. It's not like people are doing these terrible things. I mean, which they are, and he's mad about that. But he's not mad because they're doing terrible things. He's mad because it's ruining his plan.
Right.
Okay.
I just want to point out that kind of egocentrism that was really bothering me in what was the second movie? I mean, the movie we watched before, Fateful Findings. It's still present here. It's a little more subdued. I mean, it's kind of like saying the plot is linear. It's more linear, and that egocentrism is more subdued, but it's still definitely hard for me to watch.
I find it sexy. I like it when a man knows what he wants and he's not afraid to take it or
ask for it.
Yep. So I guess that's where we differ, Adam.
Replaying these clips is really causing me to think more deeply and on a more critical level about this film than I would really appreciate doing so. But he says there's so much corruption and greed, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing a bad paraphrase. And if the humans can't defeat this, then I'm going to have to, I don't know, rain down my wrath upon them or whatever. It strikes me as odd that, it's the same humans who are being the greedy lawyers, politicians, and corporate corrupt people.
Right.
So that's a very strange statement that he makes. Is he suggesting that there are more than one kind of being on Earth?
I think so.
Oh, God. What am I even thinking right now?
I feel like he's very binary, which would make sense because he has chips in his chest and forearms. Originally, they disappear after the first scene.
For a brief moment, yes.
Well,
his chips
wearing
are visible for all to see.
He gets a tank top, so everything's kind of covered up afterwards.
Right. And I have a clip to kind of support what you just said, Sarah, so let's have a listen there.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Now that we've paid off our fellow elected representatives in the legislature, that environmental solar panel development bill will fail next week.
Not to mention the cash it'll put in our pockets.
The country has done without solar and wind power until now. They can wait a few more years. It's more profitable to be without those sustainable energy systems at this time. The country has known for years that the corporations, and certainly the politicians, don't have the insight or the vision to create sustainable energy systems.
They think there might be an opportunity for that to happen, but they're in for a surprise.
Our network of connections, technology, payoffs, and greed will never let it happen. It'll take a power greater than ours to get rid of us and clean up the systems and manage the environmental resources of this planet the way they were intended.
I'm really sorry that was so long.
Wow.
No, but there's so much packed in there. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you reshoot it?
He's like Faulkner.
Like, there were at least two flubs that, like, the actors messed up, and it's not as obvious in the audio as it is when you have the visual as well, but, that they messed up delivering their lines. Like, why wouldn't you reshoot that?
Question. how do you know that's not the best take?
Okay, what about the dolphins? Are you saying that's... And Sarah, you may need to explain that since you're the one who pointed that out, but is that really the best take of the dolphins as well?
Hey, it's nature. It's just what you're supposed to accept from this natural world, like the way things are supposed to work, and it's not a shameful thing.
Yeah,
But yes, the dolphin clip that is shown at least 3 times features a dolphin that is taking a giant dump in the water.
Like kind of right, and the camera's like kind of swimming through it. And it's kind of like, wow.
Yeah, and I don't know how I didn't notice that the first couple of times I saw this, but it is at the end of the movie. I think the only clip where the dolphin actually shits is the last one they use, right towards the end.
Okay, well, having only seen it once, I could only guess.
So they have clips of dolphins swimming and the camera following the dolphins where the dolphins are not pooping on the camera. And so, like, let's use that one and let's not use the one.
So I think he bought one clip and the dolphin clip's at the end of that clip. But I think in the first time or two he uses it, he just trims back and avoids that. And so he was using B-roll to fill a hole visually at the end. He was pontificating. So he just happened to have a dolphin taking a shit in your face. So you the viewer, get a hot Carl from Neil Breen while he's telling you about how you failed, and he will come back and destroy you if you do not make it right.
Oh, God. I thought it was a hot Richard. I'm going to have to do some research. Anyways, so that clip is long but amazing. All right. We've got these 2 guys in a car who are discussing their nefarious plans. And within this one scene, as long as it seemed in your clip, they go from, we're totally going to do what we want regardless of the Earth's resources and what we're doing to the Earth. They can wait a few more years. Al Gore would disagree. And we will not use resources in the way they were intended. They actually reference in the speech that they're going against the plan of the Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, you're supposed to live the lie, plausible deniability. Oh.
Well, so I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I also live in America right now, and I've seen politicians line up and say that climate change is completely deniable.
I know.
So sadly, this cartoon version of political villainy seems less silly than it did 9 years ago.
Okay, but do you think those self-same politicians are sitting with their buddies around a table going,
Now I do.
We know that climate change is true, but we're going to keep saying it's a ruse because we want our money because of greed.
Okay, so I honestly think about the first half of your question a lot. Like, are these people just cracker-ass dipshits who really do not believe in the science, or are they just corrupt fucks? And I wonder that. And I'm sure they don't sit around and tint their fingers together and get blowjobs and whatever and talk about it while they're getting blowjobs together. But I do wonder about that. Like, are they just literally saying like, we're like, I'm going to milk this shit while it lasts.
Right.
And then God's going to come and Jesus is going to come and we're going to go to heaven. It's going to be fucking awesome. So let's just live like fucking pigs until then.
Right. It's hysterical because while I was doing my impression of greedy corporate thugs, I was making tent fingers on my desk.
There you go.
It's the only way I can get those words to come out. Anyways. Fascinating.
So a subtle stroke from Neil's brush is the way the dominoes start to fall, right? So these greedy folks the politicians are voting down this renewable energy, which is causing this gal to get laid off. And then immediately, here's another result from that.
Uh-oh.
You may not have a choice. Look, I have someone I can hook you up with just to get you started. And you can lie to everyone like all the other girls do. They tell their friends that they're in various forms of business, but they really are not. They're strippers or escorts. It's their big secret in Sin City.
I'm getting kind of desperate.
Really makes me think about the human condition and our own No, it doesn't. Never mind.
So, Adam, will you describe visually what is going on in this scene?
So this scene has twin sisters. Now, granted, it doesn't say whether they're identical. Wait, does it say that they're?
No, they're not. They don't say it.
So
it doesn't say they're identical.
In a future
They do
scene,
not like
someone
twins.
alludes to them as twins. Like a guy that does not know them from Adam, no pun intended, says twins. Fuck yeah! So doesn't that mean that in the script they're identical twins?
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Wow.
sorry, go ahead, Adam.
I mean, they're definitely supposed to be sisters and most likely twins and possibly identical, but they don't really share any characteristics other than a certain Neil Breen type that I'm still uncomfortable with. But so
We
I'll skip
define
that.
possibly identical.
Well, identical means you come from. I mean, from.
How are they possibly identical?
Yeah, yes.
They're possibly
Okay, so
fraternal
if one of them
One of them
got their
fired-
face caught
not
in a
fired.
combine,
What's their word for fired again?
let out.
One of them was let out the day before, and she's walking down the street with her twin sister, who's wearing very high platform shoes, and the twin sister is kind of unable to really walk comfortably down the street, and so they're kind of like shuffling down the street as they're talking. And the protagonist has a baby in a stroller that Sarah correctly pointed out, like, that's a doll. Like, I mean, that's so obviously a doll. So there's these two grown women walking down the street at like a quarter of a mile an hour, and one of them stumbling because of her shoes. And the desperation has set in because the protagonist was let go of her job the day before. And she's just getting really desperate for work and is considering moving on to prostitution instead of environmental something.
Activism? Something.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I love that it's not like the lifelike Hollywood stand-in doll that you use for lighting purposes or whatever before you bring a real infant in for a shot.
Oh, no.
It's a straight-up Target baby doll.
Yeah. Bought at Toys R Us a week before they went under. That is what that doll is. And luckily it's only in the bottom, left-hand bottom corner of the screen in the frame. So maybe you won't look at it.
But it's definitely fully in the frame.
Oh, it's in the frame, and it is super duper a doll.
And then maybe someone else could finish the scene with the guy riding his bike towards them.
So I did not make a clip of that, but that guy is he does double duty in this film. He's also a member of the gang, and he turns out to be an undercover cop who gets beat up by the criminals.
Yes.
Same actor. But he drives by them, and they're so hot that he just stops pedaling and goes, damn, or whatever he says, and then eats shit on his bike. And then
like continues to ogle at them from like 2 feet away while he's fallen off his bike, and he's like laying in like the rocks on the side of the road. And they're just like giggling as he continues to ogle them and go, damn! like 5 times.
Yeah, he's basically laying there and somebody's like sad sack zero-scaping, and they full on, in his face, super laugh at him. Like hardcore hysteria at somebody else's sad condition, but he is too horny to pay attention to his shame.
He does not care.
No, no.
So I did mention the crime a bit. So there's only like 3 locations for this whole movie, it feels like. And one of them is like burned out. I think it's a restaurant because there's a counter and there's some tables in there, and it's a completely demolished restaurant that's just in like shambles. And for some reason, all the criminals in Las Vegas openly hang out there, like just stand around in this ghost town with their machine guns out and their revolvers out. They constantly take their clips out of their 9mm, wherever they are, put them back in. They're clearly plastic guns, by the way.
Right.
They'll shoot off the guns and then immediately shove the barrel down into their crotch of their pants, which is pretty awesome.
But one of my favorite line reads from this movie is when the two twins are now being, brought into the crime fold, and so they meet the criminals, and there's a great fucking line read here. Check this out.
I wrote it down.
Hey, I've got a new girl to work for us.
Very hot. I'd like to do any of these two guys at the same time. What? Oh.
Hell yeah! I'll do her. Damn. Twins.
I get her first.
I love the scream.
I wrote that down verbatim. Hell yeah, I'll do her. Damn twins.
Not I'll do them, hell yeah, twins. I'll do her, hell yeah, twins.
Yeah. Yep.
Grammatically, it's not a sound statement.
Does not parse. So it should be noted that in the previous scene, with the two girls walking the doll down the street, blonde girl with the less grotesque belly button ring seems very opposed to stripping and possibly hooking until 2 seconds later she's like, okay.
Yeah.
And she kind of like continues that weird duality dichotomy through the whole film, like, ew, having sex, gross. Okay, let's do this. And sometimes even said as clearly as I just articulated it.
Yeah, it is. Matt used the word binary earlier, and it's like there's never any arc where someone gradually becomes something or where a condition changes gradually. It's just a binary switch.
Yep.
Like, oh, prostitution? Oh, I could never do that. Okay.
Yeah, everything feels medieval to me or something. Like the Catholic Church wrote all these parts. Like you can't. There's no nuance. There is no gray area, right?
No.
You're going to heaven or hell.
After school special or something earlier. The drug special.
Yeah,
it is like that.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys want to do drugs or
no? Okay. I thought they were bad, but okay.
Oh no, I smoked pot. Now I'm shooting up heroin.
Or rolling it into a joint and smoking it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the drug education, the drug scene in this was also particularly, yeah, strange.
Kids.
When this movie was made, he could have looked up on Wikipedia or WebMD or any of 1,000 websites that would have explained how some kind of basic stuff, I guess, should work.
Right.
Alta Vista?
So YouTube was 3 years old when he made this film. Obama was in his second term. Like, there's no excuse for any of this shit. So we're a little short on time for this episode, so I'm going to play one more clip, and then I'm just going to focus on kind of bringing it on home, okay?
Okay.
So this is actually two clips that I really like. One of them is politicians being crooked politicians, and then one of them is the where the knife meets the flesh. So here is how the politicians make their sausage.
As an elected government official and his lawyer, we proudly make this donation. As long as you do what I say and vote on the issues that help me.
I'll do everything I can. Just keep the goodies coming my way.
We're going to have your elected colleague, Mr. Smith, and his lawyer removed from our business affairs. Permanently.
They're going to have an unfortunate accident.
So immediately following that, we cut hard, smash cut to what do you call that desert floor where it's like all cracked up and arid, and is there a name for that type of?
Like salt flats, playa.
Is it arroyo, or is it?
Yeah, that's usually a riverbed.
Oh, that's always okay. Yeah, so this is like, like desert floor where it's all just like cracked up, like wrinkly skin, and it's just
right
hard scrabble. And there's some blood, copious blood, being splattered on the desert floor, and then this happens, which I love.
No! Don't cut off my ear! Ah! No! No! Don't cut off my hand! Ah! Ah!
Powerful.
Okay,
stuff.
so imagine how much further he could have gone with that with one more trip to the Winco butcher. No, not my pancreas. No, not my part
Twisted
of my
pear.
upper intestine. You don't even have to go to Winco. You could
No.
just fill up some water balloons and cover them with fake blood.
Right. That's like a couple
Anyways.
matzo balls and some ketchup. Boom.
I mean,
You
it does
know-
get.
Go ahead, Adam.
Just to quote, Mrs. Matt pointed out that it's the same scream throughout the movie. It's used like 10 times.
Oh, the dude scream? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. Why would you do it that way? Just have him scream once. Like, it seems like he's almost like drawing attention to that. I'm going to just recycle the same screen over and over again. Like, I know he's not doing it intentionally. I just don't get it.
I feel like he is so passionate about his projects that he gets like myopia, and he really cannot see that anyone's going to see some of these things. Like, I think that he, in his fervent desire to share his message with us and to make this art, doesn't understand that people are critical and that we're all not going to get swept up in his same enthusiasm and not notice things.
Well said.
Alternatively, it's possible that most of the actors on set had really stupid screams. You don't want to cut a guy's ear off and have him go, "Yow!" or
Oh, there was. Who had the bad scream? I mean, that actually happened.
Well, I know the girl did a bad scream, but
Yeah, when the guy was killed and she saw the body, and she kept doing that horrible scream like 3 times. It was like totally how horrible. Oh man.
Yeah, that was rough. It is amazing, Matt, that every single one of your clips is something that contains a line of dialogue that I took down verbatim in my notes.
Sarah,
including
I've been doing this for a minute.
I know. But just keep the goodies coming my way. You don't get that every day. That's special.
Unfortunately, we don't have the time to play all the clips I have. I have a ton more, but we're going to have to circle.
I don't want to cut you off. I know that I'm somewhat of the time constraint here. So, play several more clips. Let's make sure that you cover what you want to cover.
Really?
Yes.
This is highly irregular. Okay. Let me go back to my repository of Breenisms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is just stuff I love. Can we do
Let's
stuff
hear
I
it.
love?
Of course.
Yes. Okay. Golly.
Ring
it. I like this. So we get to see. So the being just kind of hangs around Vegas like God would, and he's just skulking around in the burned out building I discussed earlier, and he sees a disheveled guy who looks like shit falling out of his wheelchair, and he pushes him toward the "Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas" sign or whatever, and we get a great line read from this guy.
I don't feel so good. Cancer chemo is kicking my ass. I always wanted to see this before I died. I only have a month to live.
That would be in the trailer.
Yeah.
Can someone read that line for me?
I don't feel so good. Cancer chemo is kicking my ass.
Yes.
I've always wanted to see this. This being the Welcome to Las Vegas sign.
Yes.
Oh, man.
You have goosebumps too.
Yeah, so it should be noted that when we first see this guy, it looks like that he's recently been beat up. He is out of his wheelchair, and inexplicably, he is laying amongst the same rubble that has characterized one of our main scenes, the burned out restaurant. I can't figure out if he lives there or if he's a visitor who got mugged.
Yeah, and he has like black eyes, and like he looks like he's been beaten up. He has black eyes, and his jeans, his pants are torn at the knees, as if he's been like thrown down and dragged and stuff. So it looks like they went through the effort of making it look like he was beat up.
I really think you're reading too much into this. I feel like this is like in the same way that someone stands up and says, I represent this, and this is what I believe. This guy is the Halloween version of a hobo. So he's got just dark circles under his eyes, and it looks like bruising, but it's you guys, it's chemo, the ravages of chemo. That's all it is.
And it's just fashionable, I guess, to have torn pant knees.
That's true.
Yeah.
But wait a second, is it just chemo or is it cancer chemo?
Cancer
chemo.
Oh,
sorry, it's chemo. Yeah, it's cancer chemo.
Cancer chemo.
So I love that line. I've always wanted to see this before I die. Oh, you mean Red Rocks? Hoover Dam? Lake Mead? Oh, no. The sign.
Welcome to Las Vegas
Welcome
sign.
Las Vegas sign.
That or
Right.
the Trader Joe's on the west side. I've always wanted to see that in Vegas, but...
They have El Pollo Loco that is a sight for sore eyes. I don't mind telling you. And a Food for Less that has the best bottled water. So anyways, who am I to judge, right?
Right. So there is a character that I was immediately fixated on the first time I saw this, and you guys all seem to enjoy him too, so I'm going to talk about him a little bit. In the random assortment of criminals who all hang out on this burned out, demilitarized zone, there is this guy that resembles Weird Al Yankovic, but with really long hair and baggy, ill-fitting suits, who is a crime boss. And I was totally into this guy. And you guys seem to latch onto that, right?
Yeah, although I don't know that I would have characterized him as a crime boss. I thought that he was just a hobo or...
No, I think he was like the overseas crime boss. He's like the overseas syndicate that they're trying to hook up with or something.
Okay.
Maybe he can speak with his own voice?
Okay.
Leave him alone. We have business to do.
This is Eric, our European distributor for anything outside of the country.
I can get you anything your customers want. Anything. Worldwide. I have arranged for payoff protection, like you have. No government will catch me.
We'll be glad to help you, Eric.
Any way we can. We're in it for ourselves. For the payoffs.
We're very well connected. Just keep the gifts, drugs, and girls coming our way.
We're worldwide now. We'll kill anybody who gets in our way.
Oh man,
Wow.
So I was so obsessed with that line, we're in it for ourselves, comma, the payoffs, that I
think it's 4 dots, not a comma. But
Oh, that's true. I missed the by name introduction of Eric. Like, he's identified later in the movie, and I was like, who the hell's Eric? Oh, it's a long, straggly-haired guy, the Eurotrash who appears to be hanging around the burnt-out Shoney's. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty terrific.
Wow.
And at some point, immediately following that, we see one of the crime bosses canoodling with the blonde twin, which is just meant to show us that she is completely fallen into whatever.
Prostitution.
And then they kind of pan over to the left of the burnt out building, and her sister is standing there and delivers a very pithy line about addiction. Apparently she's addicted. We didn't know this until now, but...
Where are my drugs?
Can't do this. My baby. I love my baby.
Once you're high, you won't remember a thing. Just the money you're making.
It's always about the money with these people.
Man.
So I remember that, but it went so fast and so much like crazy shit came after it that I barely remembered to note it.
Plus, there, like Matt said, there was nothing before about them having a drug problem, and then it was never mentioned again
as
being a problem. So quite forgettable.
No.
Like, why would you? Well, yes.
Okay, so actually, the majority of the clips I have remaining are kind of redundant, and so I'm gonna skip ahead to kind of some of the last two clips here, and we can kind of round up.
Okay.
Okay, this is final thoughts. This is a little lengthy, but I think it's going to kind of summarize what we already know.
Wait for me. Wait for me.
My experiment on this planet is failing. The humans are failing me. The humans must learn to live in harmony with nature. They must learn to live peacefully among other humans and non-humans. Respect one another. They must learn not to destroy this wonderful natural environment and all the gifts that I have given them. They must use their intelligence to further humanity, not waste it on greed, violence, and lies.
Oh, it's so much cleaner than
Fateful Findings.
Fateful Findings. Like, his delivery is so much cleaner and more coherent.
And when he's just kind of speaking to himself rhetorically, it carries a lot more weight than when it appears as though he's trying to hold a press conference.
Yes.
So that makes a big difference. God, this movie does make a lot more sense. Oh, my world is shaken.
Damn it. I think this Fateful Findings, he went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, weird, right?
Delicious rabbit hole.
I mean, he had his finger on the formula on this picture. And I'll be curious to know if he strayed afterwards.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I see what you both are saying. But I feel like that's kind of like saying like Yellow Submarine really knew what it wanted to say, which was we all live in a yellow submarine. True, but fuck. 3.5 minutes of it, man. Come on. I want a little more fucking Revolution number 9, man. I prefer Fateful Findings because the rabbit hole to me is more interesting than standing up with a sandwich board saying this is what I'm saying. But
oh no. Okay. All right. So you want more holes. That's what I'm hearing. Great.
Everybody wants more.
I'm curious, Matt, do you ever do flat out plot recaps?
What do you mean?
Like a plot recap of movies that you profile?
In this show?
Yeah.
Do I do them? I usually don't. I usually make a guest do it. It's just kind of a tradition. So I myself don't, no.
Okay. I was just curious. Because if I were to mention a couple of the notes that I took during our viewing, they would make sense given what we've already discussed of the film.
Are you saying, do I do them like, do I go in post-production and do a recap and then start the show? Like Ira Glass or something?
No, I was just curious if you ever do that in any of your podcasts. Because if I were to say something like, baby doll heads. It wouldn't necessarily, people wouldn't know what to do with that, right?
No, but I feel like it's we should assume that they've watched the movie, and particularly when it's online and it's free. So I know I talked to a lot of folks who are like, I'm not interested in watching these movies. I love to hear you talk with people about them. So that people are fine with that. But
okay,
does that make sense? So I mean,
yeah,
it's binary. One half is just like, I want to hear you guys talk about weird shit, and the other half's like, no, I have to watch it before I listen to the show, and then I have to follow along.
Got it. Okay, well then I'll just make a few more mentions. Glitter, stigmata, roses, dead roses, alive roses, and municipal buildings.
Oh my God, I want Neil Breen magnet set for fridge magnet.
Those are some of my final thoughts.
Disappointed species. Oh my God. Can I give you Neil's final words before departing this earthly realm?
Please, please.
I will give them one more chance. If they fail, I will destroy this planet. End this experiment.
Man has the responsibility, not the power.
I will come back soon and decide whether to end it all or not. I hope humanity has learned its lesson from all its mistakes. Otherwise, I will turn this planet into dust and begin again.
And with that, the being leaves and leaves us to our own devices, hopefully to make the right choices.
And he may or may not bring along a scary belly button ring girl with him. It's very confusing.
Yeah, and there's this movie is packed full of stuff. I feel like we could talk like, I mean, we didn't talk about The Mask, which to me is like a huge like. It's usually one of the first things I say to somebody when I'm like, "You got to see this." This guy wears a fucking like a voodoo zombie mask, and it's like his true self. Like we didn't even get into like a whole like this is an onion. We just peeled the first couple layers off. But
layers.
Yes, but we are on limited time with this one. So we're going to move right into final judgment. So I need both of you to tell me whether this is cool or trash and defend your position. Sarah.
I think that this is cool. I could have a lot of fun with this, with a room full of half-drunk gals ready for something crazy. And I don't know, it's got a lot of his tropes and whatnot. It feels like a great entry point, right?
Yes.
Because from here, you can go into all kinds of directions. You could show this to somebody and then go right into Fateful Findings, and they'd be like, that's what I know this is all about. So I'll say cool. This is a great entry point and a fun romp, and Al Gore would love it.
I love that ending. Adam?
I totally agree with Sarah, especially about the entry point. I think if I'd seen this before Fateful Findings, it would have made Fateful Findings perhaps a little easier to adjust to. Like this is not even midway between like a normal, relatively coherent movie and Fateful Findings, but at least it's like in somewhere in the middle. It's not at either end. So I think it's a good departure point. And I think a lot of people would enjoy the pain that is a Neil Breen movie.
I'm hearing two solid cools.
Yes.
Nice. So we're going to make that a triumvirate because
woohoo!
I don't think you guys had any question whether or not.
No.
No, I'm still I'm still in that crushing hard on Neil Breen phase, which has been for quite a while. So I'm like on my bedroom floor, kicking my feet up like a Bobby Soxer, thinking with a fucking glossy photo of him just tracing the lines and thinking about Neil Breen. Yeah, I'm still in the honeymoon phase with this guy. So I still stand by my Fateful Findings thing. I think Fateful Findings is more interesting ultimately because it is more of a train wreck.
Yes.
I feel like when Neil Breen gets to talk to other people and try to pretend to be a human, because he's not fucking human, but when he has to pretend to try to be a human, that's when the hilarity comes.
Yeah, there's no human to human dialogue.
I am not one of you. I don't understand you, and this is what you're doing wrong. He's not having to act because he's a fucking alien. So he's kind of cheating when he does this. So I like it when he's Dylan, the computer genius fucking writer, whatever the fuck he was in that Fateful Findings. Like, that's where the train wreck comes, and that's what I really dig. But this is awesome. This is totally cool for me, and you got to see his whole fucking filmography. So we're going to watch another one in a while together, and we'll revisit his thing.
I'm just imagining your peachy folder, Matt.
There's a lot of man boobs and mom
Mr.
jeans.
and Mr. Neil Breen written on it in curly cursive.
Mr. Matt Neil Breen. Howell.
Man.
So I've been unsuccessfully trying to start a Twitter trend, which is hashtag pancakes with Neil Breen. And I keep tweeting at him and saying, like, you're doing GoFundMe, which is just like cold money. If you do a Kickstarter, people can do tiers and they get rewards and they get excited about it. And one of the tiers could possibly be to have pancakes with you in Las Vegas. So I keep trying to push that, and he's not biting. But maybe you people out there can do hashtag pancakes with Neil Breen and get this
Please
going.
do it for Matt. Please.
Yes. So I really want one of the tiers, if he ever does a Kickstarter, to be in one of his movies and have a line. Because I'm not an actor, but no one else is in any of his movies. So
exactly.
I want to make the dream real.
It is not a limiting factor.
It is
If
not.
anything, you would be too good.
No. Yes, exactly. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this and for doing this on the compressed timeline. I know, Sarah, you have places to be and people to go.
Thank you, Matt.
You're right. I do not.
Invitation. This was a treat.
Yes, and thank you so much, Adam, for hosting that. I'm happy to host next time. We'll do it over here, and I just need you guys to pick. There's two. Do you want to see his first one or his most recent one as of this recording?
Most recent.
Most recent.
Can I just say that his most recent one is like a mildly distracted B-side version of the one we watched tonight, whereas this first one is a totally different vibe.
I'm still into it.
Okay. So we're going to be watching Pass Through together in a couple months. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So Pass Through is from 2016. Twisted Pair is coming out this year, but we'll do Pass Through together here at my house. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for coming for coming together to do this, and I had a great time talking to you guys as always.
Thanks so much, Matt.
All right, for That's Cool, That's Trash, I'm Matt Howell, and you have been...
Sarah and
Adam.
All right, you folks out there, stay trashy.
That's trash.
It's garbage, folks.
The human's dreams, they can come true.